To make you aware, this podcast will contain conversations around mental health and well-being and could include issues of a sensitive nature. This is a podcast from Torfaen Talks CIC.
So welcome to episode 4 of the Torfaen Talks CIC podcast.
Hello everyone.
4 episodes in, wow.
I know, they've gone really quick.
They have, yeah. Bit of a different one then today because you've been out and about, haven't you?
I have been out and about on the road investigating our new locations. Yes, obviously we are Torfaen Talks CIC, and we run our mental health and wellbeing drop-in service and low-cost counselling from the Ramfield Centre in Blenavon on a Thursday. So every Thursday now until the end of July and onwards for us, between 6 and 8 in the evening, we offer mental health support and guidance. Looking for advice and guidance on your wellbeing, then we are there for that. But we currently share this space with R&R Positive Change Coaching.
And you caught up with Ria and Rachel to talk more about it all.
Okay, so we've reached the part of this podcast is listening to some advice and guidance from the people of Torfaen. So we've had a question come in, but to help me in regards to answering the question, to give some advice and guidance, is the lovely R&R Positive Coaching. So hello and welcome to the podcast.
Hi.
Hello. So if you'd like to introduce yourself then, guys, and tell us a little bit more about R&R Positive Coaching.
Okay, so I'm Rachel. I'm one half of R&R. I've been working in the community for over 20 years, not so much specifically in a coaching role, but very much community development. So working with a lot of different people with different elements around volunteering, getting into work, etc. And a lot of that work came out with people needing support within their own mental health, or with just focusing where they were going, or just, you know, being motivated, being having a purpose basically. So I've been doing that naturally over so many years. I was a fitness instructor as well for many years and still am, but not so much active now. And again, a lot of people's worries around fitness were around their body, their mental health, their worries, their internal feelings. So again, a lot of it's been around life events rather than the actual specific thing that people were coming for. So I met Ria then, and we became friends, and we talked a little bit about what our dream jobs, if you like, or what we would love to do. You know, when you get up in the morning, I think everybody, that their passion is to go to a job that they love. And although I love the job I'm in full time at the moment, I'm still not quite reaching my full potential in getting out of bed and really thinking this is it, this is where I'm meant to be. And I believe the path that's brought me here today is where I'm meant to be. That's where R&R was born.
So that's the one half of R.
That's one half of R.
So that's the one R. That's Rachel in a nutshell.
And I'm the other half, So for me, I would say very different journey to Rachel. So when I met Rachel, I was not in a very good place. So I had really, really poor mental health, massive anxieties. I was really, really overweight. I wasn't looking after myself. I was looking after everybody else. And I was a people pleaser with no boundaries, lots of the toxicity. So when I met Rachel, she was like a breath of fresh air, really scary at the beginning because she used to scare me a lot.
No.
I'm still a bit scared.
In terms of, she used to put pressure on me to achieve. At that time, I used to think, oh my God, I can't do this, but she believed in me that I could do it, and in time I did. I then went on a journey of change, mind, body and soul.
And what a journey though, Ree, what a journey.
Losing 9 stone, thinking it was going to bring me happiness, and absolutely did it. Bring me happiness? Absolutely not. Still looking in the mirror, not liking myself, finding fault with myself. So then I did a lot of inner work, so I had some counselling. And I had coaching as well. I think working with a counsellor and a coach at the same time was, like, for me, transformation. So my journey is that, and then we was walking down the line.
I think it was in the pandemic when we were, you know, when you were allowed to meet friends at a distance. And we used to do a lot of walking up mountains, a lot of rambling and talking and walking, and this emerged very gently from
So it's a lockdown baby
It was a
idea,
lockdown
really,
baby.
isn't it?
It'll give us the space, I think, and the time to actually explore it really. Because we've always, listen, we go deep and dance, don't we? We love a good old convo.
Yeah,
we love to
absolutely.
unpick things, and she'll ask me a really hard question, and I'll go.
Just sometimes just a word. That's it.
Yeah, we pick a word, and we'll just go.
Oh, lovely.
And we'll end up wherever.
Yeah.
With people because it really resonated with us, and we was helping each other with growth. So why can't we help other people?
Others, exactly.
But the pandemic was the space, I think, and the time for us to have lots of long, because we had nothing else to do at the time, did we? Other than go walk
It was
outside.
a reflective time for a lot of people, wasn't it?
So because before that we were still very entrenched and busy in our own things that we were doing, and we still are.
Yeah.
But this is,
different busy.
And I would say for me, I still wasn't completely healed.
not quite ready then, were you?
Yeah.
So, and I think that anybody in these sort of roles can only be at complete peace with yourself to be able to do that. What you need to project and the energy and to be on.
And having space for everybody else, I suppose.
Of course. To take on what's going on for them. So I think that now is the right time because we're completely.
We absolutely know we're in the right place. I feel
at the right place, right time.
Yeah, we're definitely where we should be. I'm a big believer on life paths, on fate, whatever you want to call it, and I just know that I am going to have a fantastic life, and wherever I am in 10 years, it's where I'm supposed to be, and I'm just going to bloody enjoy the journey along the way.
Oh my goodness.
And that's the main thing in it when you go set. It's about enjoying the journey and falling in
Not
love
about getting to the end result, it's about enjoying that.
It's not about that destination.
It's all about, if you get the end result, what's next? Well, no, enjoy this path.
Exactly.
And whatever opens will open doors, will open along the way. Many times, as long as you free yourself and you just do something or act on something else will present itself. So you will be naturally guided where you're supposed to be. But the first thing you've got to do is actually open up your heart, your mind and your space and actually open yourself up to the world, I suppose.
And have courage. Have courage to say if I fail it's okay. We'll learn from it and do something else. And I think that's important that people don't want to fail or they feel.
Well, to me, failure is not trying in the first place.
Yeah.
That's my mantra for me. And I've been like this from a very young, and we've tried to unpick it.
Why are you so positive?
I don't know. Because I've had a lot of life tribulations myself. We won't go into that on this podcast, but I've had some real big traumas in my own life. With my own son and my own family. And, when I was young, I don't know. We sort of do know. I had a very positive mum, and I got a very fantastic husband who I met when I was 18 and I'm now 55 and we're still going strong 37 years.
Fantastic.
And he's always been my number one fan, my number one supporter. Go baby fly, go and do you. So obviously I've had that influence. So there must be something in that.
Absolutely.
Sometimes I feel like I can't apologise because I haven't really suffered with my mental health. It sounds awful.
Sorry about that.
I am okay. And there's nothing wrong. Of course, I mean, many people have different levels of mental and wellness. And I shouldn't have to apologise for that, and I'm not going to. But sometimes I feel a little bit, people look at me and say, really? You've never felt like that? Well, no, I haven't.
No.
I've had bad times in my life, but they've been encased. And I've moved on, and I haven't brought them with me, if you like. But so
I think that's the thing, isn't it? You're being judged if you have mental health, and you're being
judged
judged when you don't. So you're going to get judged either way. So just live your life the way you want.
I am very, I do like to jump about and skip around and be happy, and I am like that. But I'm also there's a lot to me than that. I've got a lot of different arms to my bow, if you like. I do like my own company. I don't mind being on my own. I love to read. I love to sit. I can be up and I can be down, lying on the settee, watching the telly. No problem. I don't find any problems in adjusting.
Yeah, I was going to say it's adapting to it. So
I do adapt very easily to different parts of my life. So when I'm not faking that I'm really happy and jumpy. If you work with me in a day in the office, I am the clown. I do like to do that, but I think I like people around me. If you're going to work 37 hours a week with people, I think you should be happy. So I feel as a manager, it's my job to make sure that people come to work and have the best time they can. They can still do a fantastic job, and we can still laugh as well. I think sometimes you go into jobs where people think that you must be so rigid to get that job done, but I've proved that time and time again over the years that you don't. don't. So I just think
it's not
that's...
conforming though, is it? So when you are that sort of vibrant person and you're happy and go lucky, it's almost like out of the norm.
Yeah.
So people are scared of it. People are like, they get judgment. But you do. You naturally...
I don't care what people think about me being
you are
happy.
going to get that sort of...
Yeah, I don't care what people
Yeah.
think.
Oh, she's prancing about, I'm happy, we've got a project, we've been happy.
Mm-hmm.
I get that a lot.
Sorry about that.
The other day, right, we were in the cafe and somebody came in and they were really, really happy and loud, right, laughing their heads off. I went over, I said, so lovely to you. She said, oh, is everything all right? Because we were asked...
Not too loud, am I?
And I was like, what, you're going to apologise for being happy?
Apologetic for it.
Go with it. Like, you know why?
You're just saying how lovely it is.
That's society.
Yes.
That's not just that is just society. Conforming to norms like we do with kids. Keep quiet. All these things. Well, why can't everybody?
What me and Ria really want, I think, is, I honestly, and this sounds a bit maybe cheesy or it might sound a bit, whatever, but I really do see the full potential in everyone.
Yeah.
And, many people present themselves and they feel, weak in one area or another, and I absolutely see all the good.
Yeah.
And I just want them to feel like we can see, like the outside, you know what I mean? I want people to feel so inner peace and just feel happy in themselves. And especially, I feel quite passionate about my local area too. So, although we're on social media now and hopefully we're going global.
Viral!
Let's start in Little Torfaen. I am...
We can't even navigate TikTok.
We don't know how to do a bloody video.
You ain't doing too shabby.
But we'll find it. Honestly, like every morning I'm like, right, let's do the three things on Facebook, TikTok.
That's fine.
But yeah, we will learn because we're learning new skills all the time, and that's what life is about.
But I think
learning, changing.
People who live near me in my area, I'm passionate about. If we can, there's 90,000 people in Torfaen. It's a small little, but it's
little
ours, isn't
pocket.
it? It's our little pocket.
Yeah.
And if we can have that ripple effect within our local area, and then it spreads wider, happy days. Because I think me and Ria just got the same values, the same beliefs, and the same passion, just to spread a bit of joy and positivity.
And I'm pretty sure our listeners, if you've met Ria and Rachel, if you've just seen them on social media, you're just physical sunshine. When you meet them, it's honestly the positivity is infectious when you meet the both of you, and that's not me. I do genuinely mean it. Because that's how it is.
We don't get missed, do we? We don't get missed.
And I think obviously with pink and aqua, so
yes.
the colour schemes match. And I think that's, and there's a reason behind the colours. So, and I always say, because people do ask me, sometimes like, why do you have pink hair and pink clothes? And for me, that my answer is always, I have literally been under the shadows for 35 years, and I've been like, and I've not been able to live and be me. Yeah. So I'm not going to spend the rest of my life.
You're not scared about any colour in now.
I'm not going to blend in.
You're not hiding.
I don't want to blend in. I want to be authentic. I
Absolutely.
want to be true to myself.
Yeah.
So, and I think again, it is about our personalities. Anybody can wear this colour. It's having the courage and the confidence to own it.
Because you're going to stand out. It's putting your head above the pulpit, isn't it? And that takes courage to do that.
My journey's different with my hair as well, because I started my hair journey over 30 years ago.
And I've known you most colours.
I've had most colours.
Yes.
So even when I was in my 20s, and I had very long in the 80s.
In the 80s,
I had very, very long perm curly hair. I always had a coloured fringe, right? So that was where, I've had
always had a
splash
of colour.
Yeah. So when at 33, when I became a fitness instructor and went into my hairdresser, who was still my hairdresser, Michelle, Zincombran, loved a bit. She's my friend now. She's done all my colours over the years. I said I went from down to my hair past my elbows to a number 1, like an Annie Lennox white.
Yeah.
On the very first cut. And then I've had every other colour of the rainbow ever since. Yeah. And I think for me, I've never been scared. If I had a pound for every time somebody says, oh, you're so brave. You're brave.
You're brave.
I don't see it as bravery. I see it as hair that grows and you can change your colour if you don't like it. That's exactly. So if you've got long hair and you're scared to cut it, well, it'll grow. Or if what I mean, if your hair's short and you want to grow it again, or you want to have it like a more weekend, it doesn't matter.
But I think when you're governed by other people's opinions, that's what's more important, because if Rachel likes it, that's what's important.
That's what's
like
important.
You know, I do have comments like, I preferred it, but I say, well, I like it. So
And that's what matters. It's your hair. It's your hair. And I think it goes to show when people are coming up to you, like, and a lot of people, I imagine, come up to you and say, you're so brave. That just shows that something's holding them back, doesn't it? And I think that's quite sad, really.
I'm not brave, babe. Go and do it.
Yeah. Go and do it.
I was having my nails done yesterday and somebody come up.
I wish I could.
Yeah.
Wish I could. Well, why can't you?
Honestly, I was sat in the nail place and the woman said,
It's just a classy down the road. You don't even know. Got an opinion.
Got an opinion. And
why would you value an opinion when you don't know?
I get the opposite. They don't like it. Every time I have a new one, they go, I much prefer the one you've got now. And I'm thinking, you said that. Everybody says that every time I change the colour. So I don't get negative where they say, I prefer the one you had last time. They go, suit you. So it's sort of a backhanded negative. That really suits you. Me and the other one was sure. But again, do you know what I mean? In the big scheme of the world, it's hair.
Yeah.
it's hair, but then
And it happens to coordinate. So
it coordinates beautifully. I was going to say, it does coordinate beautifully. So is there a reason why the pink for you and the blue for you? Or is it just how it's naturally
For me,
fallen?
I'm running out of colours.
You're running out of colours.
Why pink for you, Ree?
I think it was a trial thing of like a rosy pink.
You went a little bit of a very pale, just a little touch,
and
didn't
then I
you,
think over
first?
the last 2
Yeah.
years,
You
I've
got
gone
bold.
more vibrant.
Go more vibrant, yeah.
Would you go another colour?
I don't think so. I like
Do you like pink?
Because I get bored yearly.
Because I think we're talking hair here, but you coordinate your outfits to your hair as well, don't you?
I got a connection with rose quartz as well, which is pink.
Right.
Which
Yeah.
it's sort of a crystal as well, which is all around kindness, pureness, love, and grace. So, you know,
That
my
means something
values
to you as well.
Yeah.
Mine's just all about hair, if I'm honest. There's nothing deep.
That's Rachel's values, isn't it?
There's no crystals involved, mate. It's just a balance statement.
I think pink is power for me.
Yeah, yeah.
And it is
Good.
empowering. I think, you getting these people saying brave and everything, that just shows how empowering you're being, and especially on social media. And that is, again, listeners, that is how to
Can I just say one
get
other
in
thing
touch with
about
Arna.
that? For me, I was thinking about this when I was talking to a lady the other day. When I change my hair, I always change my clothes, etc. So it's like a little bit of a glow up. It gives you that bit of pep. For anyone who's looking for a change in their mental thought or the way they feel about it, whatever, it takes effort. It does take effort to have your hair in every 4 weeks and, and a quarter. And the toner's in between. We the toner. I wasn't going to tell them that.
And the gloves you got away with.
We're not putting you off.
But every time I have a new hair colour or I change it up, because I always change the cut slightly and I have another colour, I just feel like as if I give myself that blast.
Yeah.
Blast.
I feel like as if I feel empowered again. And that's all. Do you know what? And all that matters about that is me. Nobody else cares. My husband don't know what colour I am, what I'm doing, where I'm going. He's like, hiya babes, off I'm in and out.
So if you go missing,
it
you don't know
doesn't
what colour your hair is.
Because at the end of the day, I do it for me.
Yeah.
But that's interesting. So before we started recording the podcast, we were talking a little bit about just kind of that plodding on.
Plodding.
And then because you like change. So
Yes.
for you, it's probably that I'm getting a bit bored of this colour now.
Yeah.
And a
I need
little
a
refreshing
revamp.
change.
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah.
And that's not to please anyone other than myself.
But we like that in jobs as well. We get to a stage where we've achieved what we set out to do, and then you go a bit stagnant. But when you're not scared of change, because you see it as a redirection or a new path, that's what allows you to try new things, give it a go, face your fears.
But the R&R for us, I suppose, is the icing on the cake, the cherry and the sprinkle, because evolving.
Yes.
We're never going to get not bored, because we're not bored of our jobs per se, but it's always so many different people with different elements and different things we can add, working with lovely partners like lovely Sophie.
Yeah. Thank you.
So we're never going to come to the end of that, because there's
It's a never-ending journey.
and it's our own business.
Yeah.
It'll be us full time, and we can do what we want, and we can go where we want, and we can work with whoever we want.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
and
People
the
present to
restrictions
us
are
all the
gone.
time with different things,
Yeah.
and we come together and we're like, oh my god, this is a new thing. What are we going to do with this? And
Yeah.
we
Yes.
love that.
Oh, you love that,
We
yeah.
pick it.
Bring it, bring
But then
it.
that's the variety. When you work in mental health and wellbeing, I think the variety just presents
And we
itself
just
all
love
the
meeting
time.
people, don't we? We love people.
People, yeah.
People.
They're people.
I think you might notice we like to have a little chat. By now.
Well, I thought I was going to struggle to get the content.
This podcast is going to go over about 3 hours.
Well done for listening, everyone.
Anyway, that's part one.
we've done the hair, we've done the clothes, we've done what's motivated you. So why we've kind of called in today, so obviously to find out about what R&R post coaching is about and why you colour the hair the way you do, but also we have asked people to get in touch with some advice and guidance on situations. We have had someone come through. They have said I can name them, but I will keep them anonymous for now, just so our listeners know they can just get in touch anonymously and we're not going to judge them for that. But this person's got in touch and they've said, hi, one of the things I really struggle with is motivation. On the surface, I am full of energy and bubbly, but later I'm exhausted and I dread the next day having to do it all over again. Even talking to family and to friends feels exhausting. Do you have any advice?
There's lots to unpick.
Yeah.
There's lots.
So as a counsellor listening to this, I'm picking.
Yes.
And I'm sure as coaches you're doing exactly the same thing.
Okay, do you want to start, Ria, and I'll come in?
Yeah. So, motivation for me. So what creates motivation in me? Obviously for me is the result, what I'm aiming for. So it's all around goal setting. So if I'm aiming to eat healthy, cleanse my body, look after my mind, it's all about how that makes me feel when I achieve it. But for me, the most important thing is enjoying what I'm doing on the road. So if I set a goal of eating green veg and rice every day because it's going to help me lose weight, then in 3 weeks' time, I'm going to get fed up and bored of eating veg. And so it's about having the variety and choosing things that I like to do. So it's all about goal setting. It's all about checking in on yourself and rewarding yourself as you're going on the journey and not seeing the end result. It takes 3 months to embed a routine, so it's about creating new routines.
Yeah, because I think we very easily get bored. I've been in house sharing situations and they've stopped eating crisps for the day and they're like, I haven't seen the results by the end of the day. And I'm like, well, you're not going to. It's been 24 less than 24 hours. Yes.
Yeah, and I think it's about finding things you enjoy. I would say it's about small steps. It sounds to me that this person is doing lots all the time to try and appease maybe others, and because she's living up to expectations of maybe others, who, you know, who says she's got to be like this all the time. Who says if that's not who she is at the core, then she's faking it. So
that was my first thing of picking it up was people pleaser. That was the first thing.
I don't mean that disrespectful way, but if you are always high energy and it's not who you are, like I don't feel, like we both say this, we're quite high energy naturally. Yeah. But somebody asked me
know how to
the
be quiet too.
How can you do what you do in a day? And my answer to that is I do self-care. So if I can do an hour of self-care, which is the gym for me, I can then give everything else to everybody else.
For me, there's a couple of little inconsistencies in that message alone. High motivations, I think.
Because they're asking for motivation, but they seem highly motivated.
So there's a little bit of a crossover there for me. So in some respects, it feels like, again, not without disrespect, that it's not real motivation then. You know, you can't say in one hand that you're highly motivated, you're doing this and that, but you need to find motivation. So you're not looking for the right thing. Motivation is most probably what you're not trying to find. You're trying to find a path of peace. You're trying to find a way where you can find your middle ground. So you're not high level energy 200%, or you're not 0%. It's finding that middle 100% ground. Isn't it? Who you are.
Who are you?
You know?
Are you a highly motivated person, or are you a quiet person? And do you know if you are? That's okay.
That's okay.
Yes.
Yeah, because
I always say it's not the loudest one in the room, because I am normally the loudest one in the room. But I say to people who I work with who are not as loud as me, who are very, very good, they're very good at their job, they're very intelligent, they're gorgeous. I say, don't you even think you've got to come up to my level of volume. People listen to a lot of people who are quiet.
Be confident and quiet at the same time. I think, a lot of people think loud and bold is confidence, and it's not. It tends to be visual a lot of the time. But for some people, it is their natural level.
For many years.
It looks like to me that with this measure of this person, there's a bit of a mask going on there.
Yes, I was going to say there's a lot of masking going on, and I think from my perspective is she's asking for motivation, but at the same time, who is that motivation for? Because she's trying to people please everybody. She's people pleasing all these people in work. I think
rather than look for motivation, it looks to get some balance in life, isn't it?
And boundaries around what you want to do.
Oh, I really want to meet this person. I want to talk to this person more. I want to find out
more. Give us more.
I want more. Because if I had half an hour with that person, I think I could really I'd be able to figure that out.
And what do you want motivation with?
Yes, it's a bit of a broad statement.
Or what is the motivation for? Is it for happier? Is it to get healthier? Is it to get
slow down a bit, or to
what is it for?
Yeah, because it could be I want motivation to set in boundaries. I want motivation to say no to people.
Yes.
So if this person can get in touch again, and I know she is an avid listener, so I can say that she will get in touch again.
Tell her she needs to come on our 12-week course.
Yes, she would absolutely love it.
For reaching out.
No, well done, Vic.
Yeah, because it really is. And I think from a counselling perspective, I think it was, as soon as I read this, it was like, is it motivation that you need? And again, coaching-wise, you felt the same thing.
Yeah, and I think there's a bit of self-care definitely needed in there.
Self-care in there. The motivation, I think a lot of people think, is to get up and go and do stuff. She's already doing that and feeling exhausted from it.
Yeah, it's
so
too much too soon.
Yeah.
Is it like 10 steps ahead before she achieved step 1? You know, and is she applauding herself for doing the small things? Maybe she feels like she's got to run high energy to appease others, but actually, if she set herself smaller goals and said, right, today I'm just going to go for a short walk, or I'm just going to connect with people, and that's it for the day.
We had somebody on our last 12-week course, who obviously I won't say who, but was very highly motivated, wanted to do everything we said to the letter, wanted to really highly achieve. And we had to pull her in, pull her back, because she was burning out in week 3. Right? Because it was coming from a good place. It was coming from a place that I really want to do this, I really want to do everything.
But then it's perfectionism then.
Oh, when it went to a wild level. And we went, Ben, come back. We had to really have a frank conversation and say, manic about doing it right. Everything we said, going home, doing the paperwork.
I've done the homework before you even asked.
And we're not teachers, you know what I mean?
Homework, like it's reflective.
Because she really wanted to feel better.
And of course. Again, it's not about us.
Don't you haven't got to please us.
But what a learning curve to rein that in for that person to say,
and we told her she got it.
Yes. So again, setting boundaries for this motivation, recognising you're a people pleaser, that seems to radiate from the message.
And how do you know you want to be? Like, who do you want to be?
Yeah.
What sort of person do you want to be? How do you want to be known to the world? Not to others, but to yourself.
Because again, is it masking? Because is this who you authentically are as a person, or who are you trying to be? And you know,
if you're high energy exhausting you, then obviously something's not right along the way.
Something's not right.
Something's not right. Whatever way, so you're putting all your energy into one thing rather than leveling out and doing like lower energy movements through the day. There's something not right, and I think we would love to, if she tell her to come back, tell her to get in touch.
That would be amazing. So honestly, get in touch again. That would be amazing, because I think it is a people please. You know, when it comes to kind of dreading the next day when you put on a face again, because you've already labelled yourself as this type of person, and you have to keep going back as that person.
You burn out.
You're presenting yourself high energy, and it's not coming from a natural place, or it's not coming from a realistic place. It's fake. Then you will be exhausted.
And you're not doing it because you want to do it.
No, you do it to please
everyone else. Yeah, I think probably our overall advice would be identify who you are and what you want to do, and who you want to be, and then just to rein it in, really. Slow yourself down to find out who you are, but equally,
write things down. Write down who you want to be, or write down what your values are. Find to then lead you find your purposes or purpose, whatever. But it is about finding out who you are and not what other people want you to be.
Yeah, and setting those boundaries as well. And if you are people pleasing, as we are sort of guessing and assuming you are from this, I would definitely try to say no a little bit more if you can, and because that tends to be in place.
But we do need a little bit more information. So
we do.
You just put a little sprinkle in there. I need more. I need more.
It's all I have.
I wish this person was here. We could go into this.
And that's the thing, is when it's face to face as well, it's amazing. So hopefully this person can get in touch again and give us a little bit more detail, perhaps.
Any feedback if she took any that
if
with her, if she found any that useful, and also if there's anything else that she thinks that she can bring that we can
more specific questions, maybe. Let's drill it down a little bit. We need to drill down there. That's too broad.
We're here every week for the next couple of weeks.
We are.
If she wants to pop up, we're open next week from 6 till 8. Where people can drop in, which we'll be doing on our socials over the next. But you need to put her to our socials, which is the next thing, I think.
It is. So have a little look at R&R's social. R&R's Positive Coaching. Positive Change?
Yeah, Positive Change Coaching.
Thank you very much.
And you can't miss it, because there's a very bright pink woman, very bright aqua woman, and there's a butterfly, which is our colours. So
yes, R&R. On one side is the pink and one side is the blue, obviously, for Ria and Rachel. Yeah, so R&R Positive Change
Coaching.
Change Coaching. So just check on the socials. You're on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. They're all over, but look for the pink and the blue. But again, like I said, when you meet these lovely ladies that are completely infectious, the positivity that comes from them.
Oh, right back,
darling. Thank you, darling.
Yeah.
But as you mentioned it, and I'm sure that's going to be on our socials as well as Torfaen Talks CIC socials, is that you are going to be having sessions in the centre, because this is where we are today, in the new Blaenavon Centre. Centre.
What's the actual
Ramsden Centre.
Ramsden.
Yeah, I think of Harry Ramsden.
Ramsden, okay.
I know it's not Ramsden.
Centre in Blanavon, and it's next door to the Heritage Centre.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's on Church Road where the World Heritage Centre is, and it's a little bit more up the road. It looks like the same building because it's the same stonework, isn't it? And if you're from Blanavon, it's the old infant school, because we are sat in the Assembly Hall right now.
From now until the end of July, we're going to be here from 6 till 8 for drop-ins, consultation, coming out, chat
Just
to
chat
us.
to see what we're up to.
Tell you what's going on, what's coming up next. So come and
Come
see
and see R&R. Hopefully I will be here as well. But just a little tip, don't go to the front door on the main road, because that isn't going to get you anywhere. Please come down the side of the lane, and then there's a gate to be let through. So if you can make your way out the back, then that's the best way to get dropped in. So thank you both for your advice and guidance.
Always a pleasure, my
Hopefully
love.
that's going to help, and they'll get in touch as well with some feedback. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Good luck. Find us on social media at Torfaen Talks CIC. For more details about what we do, look on our website, torfaentalkscic.org.uk.
That was the lovely Ria and Rachel R&R Positive Change Coaching. You had a good chat with them, didn't you? And the advice as well. That was just great.
Yeah, we went from who they are to their hair colour and how this changes all of their outfits and where they get their motivation. And that R&R Positive Change Coaching was born in lockdown, really.
Yeah,
through reflection of themselves. And we sort of spoke about, lockdown being quite a reflective time for everyone of what are we doing?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
So that was really great to hear that. For their advice and guidance to our lovely listener as well. So separately to that, just to thank the listener that did WhatsApp us a question. It wasn't a voice note, it was a text on our WhatsApp. But thank you to them for getting in touch. Thank you for sharing your question. Everything was just done in a non-judgmental way, and I hope that does come across. We hope that you can take on board the advice and guidance that was given from myself and Ria and Rachel. As you could tell, they wanted to hear more from you.
They did, yeah.
So lovely listener, if you're listening to this episode and hopefully taking on that advice and guidance. Firstly, we'd love an update from you.
Oh, yeah.
So if you start to put in some of the motivation techniques that they're talking about and some of the things of ways to stop people pleasing, give us an update on that and how it is. How did you feel it felt listening to their advice and guidance? From what you could gather is that myself, from a counselling perspective, and Ria Rachel from their coaching perspective, is we wanted you in the room. We wanted to hear more about what was going on for you.
Because I suppose with the message that came through on the WhatsApp, there was limited information there. From my own personal perspective, this wasn't my message, by the way. My own personal perspective, it was all about, I suppose, about boundaries. If you're people pleasing all the time, it's exhausting. It is. You just need to stop, take a moment, and just try not to. Easier said than done, I know.
It is, and I think that's the hardest part, I think, about giving advice and guidance is we know it sounds so easy when we know it isn't.
Yeah.
So please know when we are telling you these things is knowing that it isn't easy. It is a hard thing to do, but it will always sound simple to somebody who's not in that position. I understand for what you're saying, Patrick, is that it's relatable to you. We promise you it wasn't him.
It's not me. No.
As much as it's not anonymous, but I know I can share that it was a female that shared this. It was coming from a space, I think, of boundaries and people pleasing. And as much as you said the message was limited, it was also full of a lot of information that we just wanted to unpick because there was a lot.
Yeah.
There was a lot going on. We just wanted to hear more about this person. And so we hope that you are able to take on our advice and guidance, and please let us know what you thought and how you're going to put things into place, perhaps, and update us.
And I think Rachel wants you on that course, the 12-week course.
Yes.
Talking about the 12-week course, we've got some feedback from two of the
OGs.
The OGs, yeah. The alumni.
Yeah.
So before we kind of carry on, we have got that coming up shortly, but if you do fancy having information, advice, help of anything that's, going through your mind, what you're going through with life at the moment, you can get in touch with us via our WhatsApp.
So you can contact us on our WhatsApp and you can drop us a text or you can leave us a voice note. But as I mentioned earlier, this can be anonymous, or if you wish to be named, that's not a problem at all. If you feel uncomfortable using WhatsApp, you can leave us an email as well. But our WhatsApp number is 07851 138610.
And you can also email hello@torfaentalkscic.org.uk. And not forgetting, you can also get in touch via Instagram and Facebook too.
Yes, yeah, we're on all the socials, so yeah, you can leave us a message there as well. As long as you say it's for the podcast, then you can be on the next episode.
Yeah, look forward to hearing from you. So we've just mentioned about the 12-week course. The OGs, love that. The OGs, we have 2 of them, haven't we?
We have 2. We have the wonderful Emma and the wonderful Nick, who have joined us in these last few weeks up at the Ramfield Centre on a Thursday. They've just popped in just to speak to ourselves, but also to Ria and Rachel, just to say how they're doing, really. So it's been really nice to have that opportunity to have a conversation with them and to find out what the 12-week programme is about for them and what it's meant to them.
So I came on the course because basically, I suffer terrible with anxiety, sort of fast forward, I lost my mum, coming up 3 years this year, got my beautiful daughter, tried everything, got a lovely husband, got everything that you think that you need to get you out of anxiety, just wasn't working. Nothing was working. So I seen this course advertised, didn't know any of the ladies, I did know Rachel briefly, but not like that. I thought, let's just give this a go at doing this course. And I joined. And I thought, I don't know what to expect. I thought, there's 12 people that I think was on our group. And I thought, am I going to speak? I can't open up. I thought I needed one-to-one counselling, not a group. The people in the group was just fantastic. And it starts off at the beginning, the basics, finding out why you go on the course, trauma and all like that. And then, just open up about why you came on the course, and Rachel and Ria give us different techniques and approaches how we can work on sorting out our trauma.
I'd just like to say that Emma didn't only do everything we asked her, she literally did that and 10 times more. And to the point where on week 3 or 4 we had to pull you in, didn't we? Because Emma wasn't only doing reflection time, which is what we asked them to go home and do and then come back and talk about. Emma was doing that plus this more.
Oh, yeah.
So it would
too much, too soon.
It's too much and you're going to burn out. So Emma couldn't see that at the time.
No, we couldn't.
She listened and she took everything on board. And I think, what was one of your favourite themes, would you say?
I like learning about the affirmations.
Yeah, there was a lot of things at topics. I think boundaries for you was a really big one, wasn't it?
Boundaries.
Knowing how to set your own boundaries. I don't think you quite understood it.
No, I didn't. And I didn't know. I'm the type of person, I want to let a person speak. I don't always know how to react. So sometimes people, they get the wrong idea of me. So I learned these different techniques that just be yourself, let another person say their bit as well,
So that was called self-awareness. It was reading the room, wasn't it? It was emotional intelligence. So Emma learned then to actually read the room.
Yeah.
So you know when you're talking, and I'm a talker, I'm in your gang, babes, right? But I can still watch the room now because I've learned over the years to see if somebody's going to either do this, look at their watch, or whatever it may be. And that's not the bit they're being rude or they're not. No. It's just you've gone off on a tangent maybe. And if you don't see it, it can be quite unsettling for people.
Yeah.
So I think you learned a little bit about that, didn't you?
Yeah.
Maybe we loved you talking, and didn't we? It was fun, and we all had a great bond.
It was a standing laugh every week when
you would go on a tangent.
I just found you could be in the group and you could be as open as you wanted to be. Like there was just no airs and graces with everybody.
No judgment.
And we always no judgment. And as long as you respect other people, and we obviously had confidentiality. We knew we weren't going to talk about anything else. We signed things. We chatted about it. But I just went away. Now all of because we had a big pack of different bits that we learnt every week, that you could just, don't get wrong, I got away and I have struggled, but I got my pack back out. I started a toolkit. I started make sure I do my affirmations without fail. I was asked to bring in things that to put in a box that if we're struggling, we can have help with.
Call upon it, like a self-care.
It's a self-care box, and so sometimes, so now and again I might struggle about my mum, and I had a little poem thing, and I bring it back out and have a little look. But the course has done me the world. I speak that honestly.
Well, it's wonderful to see our Nick here tonight, and from our first round of our R&R 12-week programme. If you don't mind, can you just have a little chat with us and tell the lovely other guys in the room what you thought about R&R and what you really sort of enjoyed about coming along, and how things are a bit different maybe for you now?
Well, obviously I've seen it advertised first of all on Facebook.
Right, yeah.
Very apprehensive. Sort of thought, shall I go? I'm a bit afraid to go.
And it's the first time, so you didn't know what to expect.
Yeah, exactly. expect. I sort of knew Ria just to say hiya to, so I messaged her and just sort of said, I'm thinking about it, but I'm a little bit unsure. So she was very nice and sort of put me at ease. Obviously, signed up. Very apprehensive the first day, but obviously never met Rach before.
No.
But then they were both well. Anyway, but I have to say, I think everybody.
We lost him in the room, to be honest. They won't go nowhere, but I mean, she didn't tell you that bit.
Just to confirm, you don't get locked in.
And we had a lovely group, lots of lovely people. We were all very different. Yeah. Different things have been going on for us, but again, you sit down and you think, am I going to be able to talk? You know, am I going to be able to share things?
On the 12-week course, there's so many layers that we go through. There's so many different things you can try. Now, because there's no point in giving somebody one tool to use, because what you would love, Nick, or you wouldn't work. So you've got to go through the 12 weeks to try all these different things, hand in hand with those conversations, and it's just the start of you changing those thoughts a bit, and
we
then
all had different things.
Absolutely,
Because you're all
and
different.
we all talked about it, and like sort of we've kept in touch, you know, a couple of us, you know, and it's like we want to meet up and support each other. So we sort of found another friendship group as well.
Yes,
yeah, I certainly, you know, like life is not plain sailing. You have those days, don't you, where you dip. I sort of then pull out the things that I
remind yourself,
and then I got Rachel and Ria on my shoulder. Now, if I was sat in group now, what would they be saying?
Both angels, I'm sure. Both angels on the shoulder.
I like it. But me and Nick sat next to each other in the group every week, and we had a little connection, didn't we, Nick? I felt something from Nick for myself, so I'm a bit selfish because I get a bit of this as well. So I just had this feeling. I loved her, and I love her. I love her face, I love her eyes, I love her personality, and we just had it. I don't know whether she did, but I did.
So I did as well.
At the end, I said, we sort of gravitated. We just really liked each other, didn't we? We got each other, and it was lovely. And I will always love Nick. So it doesn't matter that I see Nick all the time. She will be in my heart, and I take that everybody with me who I actually have a connection with.
Isn't it? And I think
having the connection.
It is that connection that you both have. I can tell when you're talking with each other. But equally, is what connections you make on that 12-week programme as well, isn't it? Which it seems that's one big thing you took from it.
We made huge connection, and I think listening to other people's stories help you on yours, because I think you can wallow in, oh, woe is me, this, you know, this is awful.
It helps you think outside of the box, doesn't it?
And then other people will reflect on things that they did, so you're like, oh right, I'm going to try that now, because that's a similar circumstance. So you help each other, you know, and we celebrated the good things when they come, you know, when we'd all feedback every week, we'd be like, oh, I've done this.
Cry when we left.
And then if something had gone wrong for somebody, we'd be there all upset, and, you know, it was just such a lovely...
If you'd like to be involved in the podcast, please message or voice note on WhatsApp. Our number is 07851 138 610.
Thank you there to the lovely Emma and Nick. Apologies about the background noise.
Whoa, between the road and Connect 4.
We were recording it in the assembly hall, the original assembly hall, so you can sort of hear the main road. You know, the children have come to our drop-ins as well. I think it was Connect 4
it was
at
Connect
one
4,
point, and our phones at other points, but that's all part of it, isn't it? So apologies about the noise in the background if you did hear it.
Yes, and we will be at the Ramfield Centre, Torfaen Talks CIC. We're there every Thursday, 6 till 8.
Not just to play Connect 4.
Not just... I was going to say, can't we put that in as an offer now, maybe? Want to pop along? Want to play Connect 4? Not a problem at all.
But yeah, we're going to be there every Thursday, sharing the space with R&R.
That's right.
So R&R schedule sort of changes a little bit, so we will be sharing the space, but the 12-week programme is returning. Big news! The 12-week programme or 12-week course is returning, and it's starting on the 25th of July.
Okay, so how can people get involved? How can they get registered to be on it?
Well, I do know there's limited spaces, as there has been a lot of interest already, but you can go onto Eventbrite and look for R&R Positive Change Coaching.
Yeah.
Or the easier route is to go onto their socials, so onto Facebook, Instagram or TikTok, and they'd say about the 12-week programme there and that way to get the tickets.
Nice. So if you want to get involved with that, then please do. You can find them on Facebook, on Instagram and on TikTok as well. well, yeah. Wow.
Yeah, so that's the programme that's starting on Thursday, the 25th of July. Again, it's in the evenings, but we will also be sharing that space. So Torfaen Talks CIC will be there in another part of the building, offering mental health and wellbeing drop-ins and looking for advice and guidance. Then we will be there and not just playing Connect 4.
I'm really disappointed now. I'm not really sure if I'm going to be going there anymore. Yeah, but that is just about it from this episode of the Torfaen Talks CIC podcast.
Thank you so much for listening, and again, thank you so much for the listeners that have been in touch with us via the WhatsApp and asking their questions for advice and guidance. Please keep getting in touch.
If you'd like to be involved in the podcast, please message or voice note on WhatsApp. Our number is 07851 138 610. This is a podcast from Torfaen Talks CIC.